All right, if you ever wondered what goes on in the painter's life in a body shop, you're about to see from the original truck what we picked up and how we got it done. So this is the customer's F100 Ford, and this is the condition the truck came in. It was already primered. Usually we don't get vehicles in primer, but this had been worked on prior at a different shop, and it needed some attention for sure. This is the original red that this truck came with when it was new. So we were going to go ahead and tear it apart, get it done. And one thing that he did have already done to the vehicle was he had put a brand new, fresh, rebuilt 302 small block in it. So this is it here. So the engine was running good and everything was good with the drivetrain on it. And we just had to get the outside fixed up and get it painted. Start out on the bumpers and the front grille and some of the trim. So here we are in the booth wiping it down. You got to make sure you definitely thoroughly clean before you paint, or you'll have a lot of contaminants and you won't get a nice finish. So here we are applying the white base coat that we're going to be using on the bumpers and all the accent pieces on the old Ford here, and that's going to be a nice look for this old school vintage look. And we do mix our own paint at a body shop, so we have a mixing system and we're capable of mixing any color that we want. So here's the white that we're going with on all the trim. That color that we're going on the trim and all the bumpers and stuff like that is going to really complement the color that we're actually putting on the body of this thing. So, all right, so we have a satin black under the hood to get it cleaned up. And we had a new tailgate for this truck, but it came in damaged, and we did a little body work and primed it up too. So we're all set up to go in the booth. Everything is sanded down with 400, and we will be sealing the truck, and you will need to seal it to get a nice uniform finish when you're doing something like this. So here we are in the booth and we're ready to go. We're going to start getting the parts ready for the truck here. We got the doors, the hood, and the tailgate in here. And this here is a 2K sealer, gives a good holdout to the paint and gives a good bond to the sand scratch, and also a good bond to the base coat that you would be applying over the top of this. And here is the water base. We use a water base PPG Enviro base, and it's very good paint, covers in 2 coats. You definitely have to let it flash before you clear it because it is a water-based product, so the moisture has to come out of the paint before you clear coat it. And we are clearing it with a satin clear coat. All right, so we finally got to the big day that everybody's been waiting on, and that is to actually put some color on the 66 F100s. So here we are all loaded in the booth, and we're gonna be painting the inside and the outside of this truck all at one time. That way there's no jam lines or anything like that. And here it is again with the 2K sealer. So these are the Segola guns. Very good top of the line guns, and that's what we used when we did this here job. So you gotta have a quality gun when you're doing a high-end paint job. That way you can get a better outcome of it. So we're putting our 2 coats on, as I said. You can see it here flashing off with the change of the color there. And then you'll see me here putting the clear coat on it. And we're using a Segola gun as well. So we use the base gun with Segola, and we also use the clear gun with Segola. All right, so we went ahead and we put 1 coat of clear, and with that clear, they want you to put it on medium. The first coat, put on medium coat. All right, so you guys see it, and it's still dulling out. It's gonna take a little bit because you don't want to bake that stuff. You want to let it just air dry and steadily settle down and mat out and get to that satin look. So here's some of the new wheels we picked up for the truck. We also did them in the off-white. All right, you guys see the tailgate, and today's the day that we do some of the patina work. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and put down the white base coat. So this is a tack cloth that you take dust off of the panel with. It's a sticky type of cloth, and it gets all the lint and dust. So that way you don't have any of that in your paint. All right, so now you go over to your toner and you're gonna wanna look for the colors that you want it to look like. So I'll take some of these colors and I'll get my desired shade that I wanna have, and you can always cocktail it back and forth and do some spray out cards. Use these, and what we're gonna end up doing is just taking some of our toners and mixing it up in these little cups with some reducer, the water reducer, and we thin it out. All right, so here we're doing a custom effect. We're gonna give it an old school rusted look on the lettering on the race part of the Ford. That way it looks old school, because we're going with a different style on this truck. We're trying to do like a retro, and we bought a lot of new parts, but we wanna have some of the aged look, and here I am sanding it to give it a wore out look. All right, we've got our clear mixed up, and we're going with the satin. We're gonna put one coat, and then we'll be unmasking it. And that's the finished product of it all done with the satin clear on both the rust area and the outside of the tailgate. All right, so it's all unmasked and it's all finished up. We hit it with the satin clear. All right, so thanks for watching. This is the truck all finished up, and that's how we handled it in the body shop on the painter's side of a resto job. So truck came out nice, definitely a cool looking old truck. Let me know if you guys would drive this old school truck, and give the video a thumbs up.